My friend, as you grow older, life begins to speak to you in a different voice. Time becomes precious, strength becomes measured, and peace becomes one of the greatest treasures you will ever know. You begin to realize that not everything deserves your attention, your energy, or your heart. And if you're wise, you also begin to understand that one of the greatest battles you will face in your later years is not sickness or finances, but relationships. I've learned this over a lifetime. Not everyone who is close to you is good for you. And yes, sometimes that truth reaches even into family. Now listen carefully. This is not a call to stop loving people. God commands us to love. But love does not mean surrendering your peace, your dignity, or your spiritual health. Love must be guided by wisdom. The Bible tells us that old age is not meant to be a season of regret, but a season of grace, of clarity, and of finishing well. And you cannot finish well if your spirit is constantly being drained by voices that pull you away from God's peace. Some people carry a spirit of constant complaint. Nothing is ever right. Every conversation becomes heavy. Every moment is clouded by dissatisfaction. And while you may try to encourage them, over time, their words begin to poison your joy. Scripture warns us to do all things without grumbling, because a complaining spirit slowly darkens the soul. In your later years, gratitude is sacred ground, and you must protect it. Others may not complain openly, but they manipulate quietly. They tug at your emotions, twist your kindness, and make you feel guilty for setting boundaries. They may smile warmly, but underneath they seek control. And when your heart is tender, manipulation cuts deeply. The Bible tells us to guard our hearts above all else, because everything in life flows from it. No one, no matter how close, has the right to use your love against you. Then there are those whose influence quietly pulls you away from God. They may mock your faith, stir doubt, or encourage what feels easy instead of what is right. Their words may seem harmless at first, but over time, they weaken conviction and rob spiritual strength. I've often said, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future." As you grow older, you simply do not have time for voices that feed fear instead of faith. Some relationships wound not through cruelty, but through coldness. These are the ones who are present in body, but absent in heart. You try to share your memories, your struggles, your soul, but you're met with silence or indifference. Over time, that emotional distance creates loneliness even in company. Scripture tells us to rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. That is God's design for relationship. You do not have to beg for warmth. Sometimes distance is not rejection, it is protection. And then there are those who appear supportive, but quietly undermine your peace. They smile, yet sow doubt. They speak kindly, yet leave you anxious. They rarely celebrate your growth, but quickly highlight your mistakes. Jesus warned us about those who come in sheep's clothing while hiding harmful intentions. In your later years, you don't need hidden battles. You need truth, trust, and tranquility. My friend, I know this is not an easy message. Faces may have come to mind. Memories may have stirred. But hear me clearly. Setting boundaries does not make you bitter. It makes you wise. Forgiveness heals the soul, but distance can protect the heart. You don't need a crowd to finish strong. You need a circle, people who speak life, walk in faith, and honor the peace God is giving you in this season. Don't feel guilty for choosing peace. Don't believe the lie that you are too old to grow, to heal, or to live freely in God's wisdom. The final chapters of your life can be the most beautiful ones if you guard them well. And may God grant you peace, discernment, and the courage to finish well.